Hello everyone, Rap Critic here, and it's about that time to delve into the top 8 best songs of 2015. Why top 8? Because these videos are long as hell and they take enough time to make. Do you want the list or not?
We still share the same common search for.
Hey look, a guy using dollar signs for a purpose. 1, for the censoring of his name so you could put it on television, and 2, for a song that's actually about money and how horrible it makes people, in addition to how it helps you when you have it.
Before the money there was love, but before the money it was tough. But they still planting plantations, we keep buying it. Close-minded man, products higher than the prices on your Pradas and Balenciagas.
Truthfully though, he doesn't really mainly focus on the money theme in the first verse, just spitting dope lyrics like he's known to do, which is a bit of a detraction until he gets into the interesting construction of what you could call the second verse, where he mainly recites different hooks and phrases breaking down how he feels about money.
I got a dollar and a dream of what I make, and I gotta get my mama off the sink. They say money is the root of all evil. I see money is the root of all people, cause we all follow paper trails, and everybody gotta pay their bills, It ain't easy.
And my personal favorite one.
Cash ruin everything around me. Cash ruin everything around me.
With another masterful beat by the blessed hands of DJ Premier, this song knocks hard and with a dark, somber tone. It may not replace the Wu-Tang classic anytime soon, but it's still tight on its own.
And that's why companies are thriving. It's a very important factor.
I can already hear the people who don't like backpack rap clicking off of this video. But I'm keeping this song on here anyways, because I do like how he goes deep into the way modern marketing works.
First of all, the best type of marketing is marketing that doesn't feel like marketing. It makes the people feel like they are part of it.
I haven't heard too many rappers say something that specific about consumerism before. Mostly because that's a pretty effective way of marketing that they would officially no longer be able to exploit now that they told their fans about it. So, you know, probably not the best idea. Also, he cracks down on how black people in particular get pushed into certain stereotypes based on expectations that are perpetuated in American culture.
The system created the stereotype for the black image. That's why my people are scared to be different. Your whole life has been part of a whole plot to keep you at the bottom while they on top. Stay quiet, then they won't stop. They always trying to show us what we don't got. They make us feel like if we ain't got it, we fucked and we cannot fit in.
I think Hobson drops a lot of jewels on this joint, but unfortunately, most people won't hear it, mainly because they tuned out right about here.
Did the man who invented college go to college? Okay then.
That is the line that apparently doomed this song into not being taken seriously. So many people were quick to laugh at him and turn off the rest of the meaning of the song automatically because of this lyric. But I'm gonna defend him on this, because that lyric was preceded by this.
I was taught that education is the only way to make it. Then how'd I get so much money inside my savings? My teachers never saw the heights that I was fucking aiming.
And although, yes, no one man invented college, the truth is, these colleges didn't spring out of the ether. People did have to come together to create the institutions that we now know as Yale and Oxford and Notre Dame and the like. And those people didn't build their way to these heights of respect through any predetermined academic guidelines because it didn't exist beforehand. It came from them having a passion for something and wanting to learn and discover and find ways to make their lives better. And whereas I do understand that you could take this phrase as being anti-intellectual, I think that's a bit of a short-sighted interpretation. And the bigger picture he's painting is that, despite colleges indeed being great places for the retention of higher learning and intelligence, it isn't the only place where knowledge and success in life can be achieved, in the same way that books aren't the only way to obtain knowledge about a particular aspect of life. To his detractors' credit though, he can be a bit of a dick while addressing his listeners.
It's way too intricate for you to ever realize that you fucking simpleton.
You probably shouldn't flat out disrespect the people you're trying to enlighten. Coincidentally, that is a lesson you could learn from a good teacher.
I really hate to break it to you, but your life's being played with. You have not witnessed the world cause you're stuck in the matrix.
Oh yeah, also there's that creepy auto-tune on this song, giving it a weird cult leader vibe. Now, I still stand by the song being good based on the message and the wordplay that he uses in it, but yeah, there's a reason why it's low on this list. Man, I was not expecting this shit. After taking like 2 years off from making music in this internet age of make songs every other day or become irrelevant, Macklemore and Ryan Lewis came back in a big way. And in doing so, he hit us out of left field with this strange collaboration that felt foreign but yet and still right at home with the eccentricity we've known Macklemore and Ryan Lewis for. At least for me, anyway. Yeah, after the whole Same Love song, people seem to forget that Macklemore and Ryan Lewis are two fun-loving, goofy guys, and it shows with all its flying colors in addition to the matching video. I can't get enough of this song, and it puts a smile on my face every time I hear it. I adore the fact that he got 3 hip-hop legends on one song, which would be cool enough on its own.
Downtown, cruising through the alley, tiptoeing in the to the valet. White walls on the wheels like mayonnaise.
But on top of that, the fact that he fused it with the offbeat stylings of an experimental rock singer in an effort that could have easily felt awkward and forced feels like a completely fluid transition in the capable hands of Macklemore and Ryan Lewis.
Downtown, 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 she has her arms around your waist. You're the balance that will keep her safe.
This isn't just a song, it's a friggin' experience. I can say with all certainty that for all the Pitbull and Flo Rida songs I've heard about partying, no song they've made sounds just as much pure fun as this. And when that chorus hits, man, it really does make you want to go out and experience the nightlife downtown, no matter what city you're in. It's just the perfect soundtrack for soaking in life.
Downtown, you don't want no beef, boy. No, I run the streets, boy. Better follow me, Troy.
Oh yeah, and a lot of the song is about mopeds for some reason.
I went to the moped store, said fuck it. The salesman's like, what up, what's your budget?
And dude, I've never even thought about getting a moped before, but this song is so cool, it kind of makes me want to do it.
All the best type of marketing is marketing that doesn't feel like marketing.
Oh, hi Hobson. I wasn't gonna buy a moped, I was just checking the prices on a moat. Let's keep moving.
Mic check 1, 2.
Not too much to say about this next song. I just wanted to remind you of how awesome Ludacris is.
What path is he on? Opponents I laugh and be gone. They handing in the towels like they work at Bed Bath & Beyond. Oh! And I sleep with the John Dillinger and always keep an eye half open like Forrest Whitaker. Oh! I leave rappers confused like Will.I.am Barber. Oh! Gangs in my hood make you reverse and change your color like the blocks playing Uno. Oh!
Let's continue.
On behalf of the overdose, we come to you uncomfortable in our ways. Please don't slam the door all in my face.
So this song starts off as a son hoping that his mother will accept him despite his life choices. And the song slowly develops into a double story of either a man coming to church for the forgiveness of sins, or a son coming home to his mother for asylum from cops or thugs. But as the song develops, it slowly becomes a parallel for Jesus' life.
White tee on their shoulders, what drags them off through those streets? In the whip with they soldiers, stations of the police.
Now I put the word wide in the subtitles there because of the parallels with the rest of the couplet, and the way Lupe likes playing with vocalic and syllabic sounds to make them mean multiple things. Like with the Deliver song where he said, the pizza man don't come around here, which he said could also be interpreted as, the piece of man don't come around here.
Pizza man don't come here no more. Too many niggas getting raw.
Clever bastard.
Tryna stick all his time to me, tryna stick all his crimes to me.
And the fact that he mentions that they're trying to stick crimes to this guy alludes to the authorities trying to find reasons to justify their persecution of this person, similar to how they treated Jesus back in the day, or how police arrest poor people as an excuse to fill their quotas, which is a real thing, look it up. And with the kid probably running for his life in fear of the cops, he had to pay the price for looking like a threat.
Died like Ricky on his mama couch, right there in his mama house. Only child, the only mom is your mama now.
And similar to Mary seeing her son killed for crimes he didn't commit, she has to do the same. It's a beautiful piece from an amazing album that you guys should check out.
Mama said my son, never been no trouble. Mama said my son, never been no trouble. You used to call me on my cell phone.
Now I know what you're thinking, but I want you to hear me out. Because I've had some more time to think about this song, and I've come to a certain conclusion. Hotline Bling is a watershed moment. It's a marker in mainstream hip-hop worthy of being notable for its effect as a song. I firmly believe it may well be the next level of where rap is going as a generation, and I wish I could see the looks on your faces. I had y'all going for a minute though. I was just messing with y'all. Sorry, I had to lighten the mood. All right, number 3 for real.
Lyrically,
You know, I've never considered myself a big Pusha T fan. I've never been like, oh man, I can't wait for that new Pusha joint, but I'll be damned if every time he comes out with something, I don't jam the shit out of it.
I drops every blue moon to separate myself from you kings of the YouTube. I am more YouTube. I am like Bono with the edge. In Mexico, fuck Donald and his pledge.
Yeah, fuck Donald Trump and his racist bullshit statements about Mexicans are sending their Mexican drug dealers to America. And to illustrate that point, here's an American drug dealer going to Mexico. As well, he goes in on a certain adversary of his.
I'm aiming for the moguls. Why y'all niggas aiming at the locals? And rap niggas broke like them, they mere hopeful. Still wishing on a star.
But of course, he doesn't name any actual names, keeping it nice and understated.
The last one to find out the baby on the cars.
Okay, that's very specifically talking about Baby and the young boy. Oh, okay, never mind. But yeah, you can always count on Pusha T to come with no-nonsense, intricate flows and wordplay, dark beats and devilish delivery.
Matching my Sony, looks African on me. They trying to pin this trafficking on me like man on Tony. My breakdown game brought me 8 Mile fame. Selling M&Ms to him and them. White to the blacks, I'm a villain in. The Rolls Royce playing peekaboo with the emblem.
It's the type of pure wordplay that doesn't really matter what he's saying, despite the tone he relates to drug trafficking, showing that, yeah, he does know what he's talking about, and when she speaks through playful references and at the same time sharp turns of phrase that make his character all the more appealing. It's so smooth and fluid that he could be using this same tone and wordplay to rap about taking a shit off of a water tower, and it would still sound incredible. I know I'm usually about the message and the music for something to really hop up high on my list, but sometimes you just need some black supervillain music to ride to. And Pusha knows how to get in that mode every time.
Oh yeah? This the way it's supposed to be, huh?
So, Tech-9 is pissed. And in this song from his new album, he doesn't just explode directly. No, he lets it slowly build first.
Sipping on a glass of red wine right before bedtime, thinking everybody down here tripping. If you up there, upstairs, this is Nina telling you to listen. The vision I'm giving, everyday life is dumping on us like a pigeon.
And he just jumps from topic to topic, commenting on all the horrible shit that's been going on in the last year, asking where God was during these tragedies.
Yelling this to my superior. Upon this earth, a lot of people joking around about 300,000 in Syria. Are you serious? I can never think of burying my children, period. Nigeria, I'ma yell while I'm walking through this hell, cause I'm furious.
He then also points out that the world constantly doesn't pay attention to so many horrible things happening because we get caught up so much in mindless entertainment.
But around here, loving Coco's the bomb. Meanwhile, so many people are taken out by the hands of Boko Haram. Oh yeah! They gotta suffer the penalty because of our education. Nobody wanna say nothing, but I gotta call it abomination.
Damn, that's dark. Look, I know that individually, no, it's not on you specifically to stop and help with every horrible world event. Problem is, we as a world are so underinformed about the shit going on with our fellow man despite having virtually universal access to information. And we as a world are so hard to inspire enough people that will motivate positive change in the world. However, there's also another meaning in this case. Because the despicable actions of Boko Haram, indeed an example of how underreported a terrorist group's actions are when they're not in a place that we in the media typically decide to focus on, were enacted upon based on the reasoning behind their name, which roughly translates to Western education is a sin. As in, this terrorist group is making their own people suffer and die because those innocent people were being educated about the Western world. And these are not people trying to preserve the beauty of their culture. These are fucking bullies raising guns at the youth because they're scared of any change that might threaten their comfortable ignorance. And the innocent people sometimes never get any help because it's quiet to the rest of the world. And look, I know I'm part of the problem. I mean, I'm not going to act holier than thou and pretend that I was the one thinking about this all of last year and you should feel bad that you didn't. But I'm glad that artists like Tech-9 print events like this into their music, as undeniable horrors that must be remembered, if not through the news, then through their art. At least that's how I feel. As well, he finally gets into the one event that triggered him to spiral into this negative energy in the first place.
Who the hell a brother gonna trust when it's always dishonor? Hate me like Obama, and I ain't even got around to asking you the question, God, what about my mama?
So anyone that has ever listened to Tech-9's music knows that he loves his mother dearly. And for all her life, she's been going through a crippling, debilitating disease, but through it all, she's been stout in her belief in God, a religious affiliation that has always had Tech-9 struggling between faith and blasphemy. Unfortunately, before getting to record his next album, his mother died. And whereas we've come to an age in hip-hop where rap music's emotional expression has become downplayed, Tech's delivery may come off as corny to some, but I think the bombastic delivery of his emotion is no less of operatic, and that the stressed hysterics are meant to provide a cathartic release for the listener, as well as the artist. And as it stands, this is one of the most powerful introductions to an artist's new music, and I think you should check it out. I'm sure many of you remember I from last year. An uplifting song that genuinely carries you through its darkness and into the light as finding value in your existence, despite and maybe even because of the problems you've made it through. Well, on this song, You, this is where he's still going through the hating myself phase. And it does not sound like he's gonna get out of it.
Loving you is complicated. Loving you is complicated. Loving you is complicated. Loving you is complicated.
Throughout the song, he gets bashed for not being able to help those closest to him, despite people touting him as hip-hop's savior.
Stop with your little sister baking. A baby aside, just a teenager. Where your patience? What was your antennas? What was the influence you speak of? You preached in front of 100,000 but never reached her. I fucking tell you, fucking failure. You ain't no leader.
And the thing is, where at first he sounds like he's speaking from the perspective of a former close friend unloading his disappointment on him.
Fucking hate you, I hope you embrace it. The world don't need you, don't let them deceive you. Numbers lie too, fuck your pride too.
But then when the song switches up to the drowned out, drunken haze of a backing beat, it becomes apparent that it's a split personality ragging on himself for being a fuck up despite his best efforts.
A friend never leave Compton for profit or leave his best friend, little brother. You promised you watch him before they shot him. Then he died, God himself, and say you fucking failed. You ain't tried.
Jesus. And as it progresses, you can slowly hear the sound of drunken desperation trickling into suicidal thoughts from lack of self-worth.
And if this bottle could talk, I cry myself to sleep, bitch, everything is your fault. I know your secrets, don't let me tell them to the world about that shit you thinking. You should've filled that black revolver blast long time ago. And if I told your secrets, the world of no money can't stop a suicidal weakness.
This song's whole vibe is ragged, jagged, and depressing, each phrase pulling you deeper into his despair, a woefully perfect description of deep regret and self-hatred for not being able to do enough for the ones you love, and seeing yourself as the burden to them. And if you haven't heard Kendrick Lamar's latest album, To Pimp a Butterfly, well then obviously I need to call rescue services to save you from that boulder that you're underneath. Hey, wait a minute, you can get Wi-Fi reception under a boulder? Do it yourself, you lazy asshole! No, not calling rescue services, I mean listening to To Pimp a Butterfly on iTunes. There you go. Stupid, silly son of a bitch.